I'm a solo founder, and doing SEO was one of those things I always knew I should spend more time on, but just always fell to the lowest priority. So I used OpenClaw to build a suite of SEO AI agents that literally do my SEO work while I sleep. Stick around, I'll show you exactly what I did to build these three agents. I have a research agent, I have a reporting agent, and I have an orchestration agent that actually creates the content brief for me. Here's how I did it. Okay, we are going to build three SEO scripts that we are going to then run as AI agents. The first we're going to build is going to be our keyword researcher. This is going to use the Keywords Everywhere API because it is the cheapest and it is excellent. The second thing we're going to build is going to be the Google Search Console analysis. This is going to hook into our existing Google Search Console and it's going to analyze the data every week to give us the highest leverage content opportunities. Once we have our highest leverage content opportunities, we're then going to use Claude to build us AI briefs. So what that means is every Monday, this runs, I think Sunday night, this cron job, every Monday I come in and I have my Telegram report from OpenClaw that tells me my keywords, my highest leverage opportunities, how my content has been performing, and content briefs for the week. Let's get started. I'm hosting OpenClaw on Hetzner, so this is my Hetzner box here on the right. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to create the scripts. You can have your OpenClaw create the scripts. I actually had Claude create the scripts for me because it was cheaper, because I use my Claude Max subscription for regular work, and then I'm using the API when I'm using OpenClaw. Okay, so let's take a look at those scripts. So let's start with keyword research. So I'm going to cat this so you can see what this file looks like. Again, you can give a prompt to Claude to ask it, or I will include this entire script in the comments. So you can just copy this script. All right, so let's take a look at this script. We need a Keywords Everywhere API key, which you have to get from Keywords Everywhere. Now I've given it my seed keywords. This is for simple file upload. So obviously my seed keywords are things like file upload, React file upload. What you want to do here is you start with what you think your top search terms are, so you can get search data about those terms. And then you can just use this script, and this script will output for you your keyword search by volume. And that's it. Once you have your keyword search by volume, the next step is to hook up your Google Search Console. The trickiest part with this is authenticating with Google. To authenticate with Google, you could theoretically use OAuth, although there's no browser here, so I don't know how you would do that. Or you can do something called creating a service account. I'll show you how to do that right now. So the way you do that is you go to console.cloud.google.com. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to go to APIs and services, and you're going to go enable APIs and services, and you are going to look for Google Search Console. There it is. And you are going to click on it, and you're going to click enable, and that will enable your Google Search Console API. And then you're going to go to IAM and admin all the way down to service accounts. Click on service account, and what you're going to do here is you're going to create service account, and we're going to give it a name. This is going to see OpenClaw GSC for Google Search Console. Create and continue, and you can just pick done for that. And then you're going to see your new service account is enabled. Next step is to create the JSON keys. So click on the account and go to keys and add key. Create new key. It's going to create a private key for you in JSON, and then you are going to save that key. And once that key has been saved, you are going to need to add it to your OpenClaw instance. So since I am hosting OpenClaw on Hetzner, I have to actually copy it from my local file system onto my Hetzner box. So it's here. So if you list this, you'll see that I've already done this, gsccredentials.json. So you now need to go into Google Search Console and add your user, give your user permission to access your Google Search Console. So what you do for that is settings, users and permissions. And you can see I've already added my OpenClaw GSC user here, but you go to add user, and then you copy in. So you go back to your Cloud Console where your service account is, and you copy here in this new user. And we're just reading, so I don't know that it matters. I give it full because I'm not really worried about Google Search Console, but whatever you feel comfortable with. And now you should be able to access your Google Search Console from your OpenCloud instance. And so the script that we are working on here will now be able to access that. So I will share this script with you. You can take a quick look here to see what we're looking at. Basically, we are fetching the current search analytics, and then we are outputting the prompt for Claude. You can see this right here. And then this is the specific prompt that I'm using. While we're in here, let me show you the last script, and the last script is the content brief. So you can see in here, we're doing content analysis, and we are building a content brief. Again, I can share this with you, or you can have your own Claude instance, make it custom to how you want it to perform. So once we have all of those in here, remember you need the API keys. So you need to connect to your Google Search Console. Once that is done, you can go into your OpenClaw agent, however you talk to it. I talk to mine through Telegram, and have it string these pieces together to build you the complete system. Now we're going to jump into our OpenClaw chat and string all of these together. Run the SEO briefs I built. And let's see what happens. Okay, so if you look at what it built me, we have our Google Search Console report, quick wins, easy upload, Heroku file storage. And then we have opportunities, best file uploader for web applications and file upload. I then have it give me a few content briefs, which is going to give me why, search intent, and some title options and outline. I can very easily now build another step into this process, which I probably will, to create those pieces of content for me. It even identifies competitor gaps, which I really like. We have 2 and we have 3. And what is also interesting here, priority order, I like that. Now I want to show the GSC. I want to show you what the Google Search Console report is showing me, because this is my real data. And some of this other stuff you could just do in Claude, but the real power here, I think, is this sits on top of my actual Google Search Console data. Okay. And as I said, I run this in the background, and I get this sent to me via Telegram once a week. So this now takes away the stress of remembering to have to do any kind of SEO. You can see by the results of this is SEO has never been a high priority for me. And it handles all of the follow-up, it handles the content briefs. It could continue on here to actually build the content, and it pulls in my specific data, which is why I love it so much, because it is delivered to me where I am.